change the old perception that they have as they transition their network. The one thing that I thought about, when I thought about the conditions of the testing, for my personal use, I'm not exaggerating this, right? This is true. I've had the same energy for a long time. I don't care what G's are up on the display on my phone. I don't care if it's what 4Gs, 5Gs, 17Gs, 19Gs, chief. I don't care.
Ooh, 19G.
All I care about is the task completion. Now, what are the tasks that I'm doing? I do occasionally upload content while mobile. I watch video, high quality video playback. I listen to music. I call Pete. I call Dennis. I text Pete. I text Dennis. That stuff needs to happen without any issues. It needs to be completed within a reasonable time frame.
You missed something. You also communicate with Carlos.
And we call Carlos, right? So,
by the way, Orson Schwartz just in with a $15 super chat. Pizza was fantastic. Thanks again.
Oh, you're welcome, man.
Hashtag AT&T AR squad. What the hell is an AR squad?
So Pete, so Sneed, I have an important question to ask here real quick.
Yeah,
you said task completion is the most important thing, right?
Yeah.
But like, I feel like it's an undisputed fact that if we're going to take the task of calling as the example, that T-Mobile has the worst call quality out of the three major carriers.
I think okay, so if we take calling for example, the calling issue I think is okay, so like in my market, when I'm downtown, I don't have problems with calling. When I'm near the bakery, I don't have problems with calling. When I get into the suburbs where the tower grid is a little bit further away from each other, it's the handoffs that are problematic. So like even on the freeway, I had a problem talking to Nikki once. So like that seems to be more situational with market because take, for example, Pete, who's used in Longmont, for example, no issues whatsoever with calling ever. I talk to him all the time. Never do I have to repeat myself. Does he say, what did you say? No troubles, right? So they're doing something good there.
Heck, when it comes to calling, T-Mobile calling in Longmont, most of the time the issue is that I've encountered is someone on the other side is either on a really bad speakerphone or they're behind multiple PBX boards or they're doing international routing.
So then what we're saying for you, Dennis, is in all parts of Pittsburgh, is the calling problematic?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, and it's not necessarily. So here's the thing I'm trying to get at here. If task completion is, can I place the call and connect to someone? I feel like all the carriers can do that. Now, if task completion is, can I maintain a call? I'm not even talking about moving from point A to point B like with handoffs.
I know what you're saying, Dennis. Now I know what you mean. Your concern is the quality of that task completion.
Right.
Ian Tech is saying that it could be band associated.
Yeah. Band 12
band
is
12,
the
right?
worst. What the hell are we going voice over NR? I want to stop having to anchor to 12. When I'm on band N41, I'm not connected to 12 because it won't aggregate to 12 and it sounds phenomenal. But when I'm able to aggregate to 12, it sounds like crap.
So, but going back to what I was saying though, so focusing back on that quality aspect, is that a whole different metric for you, Sneed?
Yeah.
Or it's a different. All right, because like in my opinion, and again, and I'm saying that it's my opinion, reliability on its own doesn't mean anything. Just because you can complete a task doesn't mean it's usable to me. Like call connecting, bravo, pat yourself on the back, I suppose. But if you sound like you're talking through a tin can, and I can't understand you and you can't understand me, then is that really completing the task that I just set out?
Okay,
Well,
so it's completing the task if the call is received and held for whatever the time frame is supposed to be.
can
What
we
you're
do
talking about is call quality. That would have to be a separate metric.
Like, let's use another example real quick. Let's take texting for an example, okay? So it is a common known thing that on T-Mobile has problems with SMS texting. There's issues with duplicate messages, messages being delivered late, messages just not being delivered at all. And then don't even get me started on MMS group chat messages when it comes to T-Mobile and how that's handled.